Coming up on Jersey Sports Zone, there will be a Mountie sighting at MetLife Stadium. Highlights of Montclair's impressive semifinal win against Ridgewood. Plus, Johnny Langan and Dylan Classy put on a passing display as the Crusaders of Bergen Catholic are through to the state finals.
This is Alex Renzo in Sparta. St. Joseph Montville looking to get back to MetLife Stadium and win a second straight non-public Group 3 title. The Green Knights taking care of business on the road against Pope John. All the highlights coming up on Jersey Sports Zone.
Reporting from Piscataway High School, I'm Courtney DuPont, where I have the North 2 Group 5 state semifinal between the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers and the Piscataway Chiefs. Out the gate, the Chiefs had a great start, but it was Greg Verano for the Panthers who dominated the first half with 2 touchdown passes to Brandon Myers as he leads his team to their 3rd straight state final. Those highlights and more coming up on Jersey Sports Zone.
I'm Mike Frankel in Paulsboro, where the right to go to Rowan is on the line in the South Jersey Group 1 semifinal matchup between the Paulsboro Red Raiders and the Salem Rams. And we'll have all the highlights for you coming up in just a bit on JerseySportsZone.com.
The field is set for the state championships in New Jersey high school football. I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for logging on to JerseySportsZone.com. This is our Saturday, Week 11 playoff highlight show. On Friday night, we brought you 10 games from around the Garden State, and today we wrap things up with 7 games. Trips to the state finals are on the line. We've got great highlights once again. Let's get started with high school football playoff action right here on JerseySportsZone.com. Let's get started in Sparta. Non-public Group 3 semifinals. Pope John hosting the defending champs St. Joseph Montville. The Green Knights looking to make the trip to MetLife Stadium for a 3rd straight year. It was scoreless late in the first quarter. Pope John punting. This is Gavin Sharkey on the return. And Sharkey gonna make something happen. He finds some daylight, and Gavin Sharkey goes 75 yards before being brought down at the 10-yard line. Great special teams play there leads to this. Evan Stewart carrying defenders into the end zone. 6-yard touchdown. St. Joe's on the board with a 7-0 lead. Stewart gets it done on offense, defense, and how about special teams? Blocking the punt right there. It's recovered in the end zone by Howard Cross. How about that? It's 14-0. Evan Stewart does it all. And Howard Cross wasn't done there. Pope John tries a halfback pass. Kraus is all over it. Huge tackle for loss right there. So Nick Patty and the Green Knights offense takes over. The future Pitt Panther rolling right. He finds Sharkey for a big gain. And once again, St. Joe's is on the move. How about the little things that get done in the postseason? That right there is Jaden Butka, number 1. Beautiful block. It allows Sharkey to pick up the first down, get out of bounds. We're under a minute to go in the half. And Nick Patty knows how to feed the hot hand. Gavin Sharkey is at it again. 12-yard touchdown pass at the half. 21-0 St. Joe's in front. 3rd quarter action. Pope John puts together a solid drive. 4th and 4. Connor Grieco makes a great play. That puts a halt to the Lions' drive. 4th quarter now. It's still 21-0. St. Joe's threatening to score again. Patty rolls left, but the Pope John defense is going to make a play. Chris Rodriguez. The INT, he returns it to the 45-yard line. There's 10 minutes to go. It's a 21-0 ball game. And Pope John would capitalize on that turnover. Nico Haranich to Ryan Dangler, back of the end zone. Over the double team. That's a great grab by Ryan Dangler. We got a 21-7 game. There's still 7 minutes on the clock. But St. Joe's would not be denied. The Green Knights chew away the clock. Jaden Butka, 15-yard TD run. We showed the great block in the highlights, and there he is, getting it done on the carry. Unfortunately, this game would end in an ugly fashion with just 20 seconds to go. The outcome already decided. A brawl breaks out. The two teams ordered off the field. The remaining seconds on the clock wound down by the referee. Certainly the heated emotions of postseason play come right to the forefront. Pope John seeing their season come to an end. St. Joe Montville moving on to MetLife Stadium and a showdown with DePaul. 28-7 is your final. Gavin Sharkey with 157 all-purpose yards, and it'll be St. Joe Montville taking on DePaul Catholic. It's a rematch of last year's championship game. It should be an epic showdown between two of the best in New Jersey. Our Alex Lorenzo was in Sparta and has post-game reaction from the victorious Green Knights of St. Joe Montville.
Thanks a lot, Rich. Earlier this season, it was St. Joe's coming away with a close 2014 home win over Pope John. Different story today in the playoffs as the Green Knights dominated throughout and advanced to MetLife Stadium where they'll take on DePaul for the non-public Group 3 championship. And after the game, I caught up with Jaden Bucka talking about the big semifinal win.
We finished a lot more than last time. We kind of fell apart towards the end. I mean, we started off slow again, but finished them again with a touchdown. It's hard work. We've got to work. You know, we got 2 more weeks. It's the last game of my high school career. So I'm going to make sure I push everybody. I'm going to push myself. It's going to be a good, tough 2 weeks. I believe in everybody, yeah. I believe in Patty especially. He leads us. You know, he's our leader, he's our quarterback. He's strong. I think we're very strong right now, and I think we're ready to roll.
Reporting for Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Alex Lorenzo.
We continue our statewide high school football coverage. We head to Oradell, where Neri Rodriguez has a recap of Bergen Catholic and Delbarton.
It's Saturday in Oradell, and that means Bergen Catholic football. Delbarton paying the Crusaders a visit to see who will head to MetLife Stadium for the non-public Group 4 state championship. Tri-State heartthrob quarterback Johnny Lang will be the one to watch in this one. And the Cobra Kai pupil wasted no time going to work. Opening drive, he floats this one up to his boy Dylan Classy, and he stays classy with a fresh TD. Crusaders up 7-0 in the opening minutes. Delbarton looking to answer back. They hand it off to Cole Creshpain, and Shane Prevost with a big knock, not allowing that. Crusaders back on offense. Langan on a 3rd and long, lets it go. And Dylan Classy once again with the grab. With no one in front of him, he's on the turf highway, headed for touchdown number 2 on the day. An 88-yard strike to make it 14-0 Bergen Catholic in the first. No success for Delbarton. They will punt again for a 3rd time. Change of plans, they decide to run a fake, but the Crusaders come up big with the stop. We know he's a good quarterback, but did you know Johnny Langan is a decent magician? Watch the ball disappear as he flows it to Anias de Cosmo, and look at the big man work. Another exciting score for BC. They go up 21-0, and we're still in the first. Scores are nice and all, but there was defense in this one. Javen Cruz will let you know as he gets busy with this big hit in the backfield on 3rd down. Bergen back on us shortly after. Scary moment for the Crusaders as Langan exits the game briefly after being shaken up on this play. Andrew Boll now under center. He's got to do it for Johnny, and he does it with this short pickup. No worries though. 21 would come back, and Dylan Classy is happy because he hasn't scored in minutes. Classy with his 3rd of the game to make it 27-0 after a blocked extra point, and you know where this one's heading. BC advancing to the non-public Group 4 championship with a 41-16 victory over Delbarton. The Crusaders return to MetLife for the first time since 2012 as they look to capture their first title since 2004. Johnny Langan worth the price of admission, 242 yards and 4 touchdowns on the day. Just imagine if he had his orange juice. He will have to repeat a similar performance when Bergen Catholic meets St. Peter's Prep in the Group 4 title game. And I can tell you now, the Marauders have not forgotten that 41-14 loss in Week 6. Should be a great one. Shout out to Santa for the early gift. For Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Neri Rodriguez.
In North 1, Group 5, Montclair thinking revenge. Ridgewood has ended the Mountie season each of the last 2 years. Would it be a different story on Saturday? What a start for the Mounties. This is Taryn Earl spinning it to DJ Williams over the defender. What a great grab. Tremendous concentration. 35 yards, 7-0 Montclair in front. And it was a quick start for the Mounties. Danny Webb committed to West Point and Army. 36 yards. Just like that, it's 13-0. But give credit to Ridgewood. They would make this a tough ball game in the first half. Great ball fake right there by the quarterback, Jack Barclay. He's in the zone from 14 yards out. Ridgewood is on the board. We've got a 13-7 game. Then, early second quarter, we go to the bag of tricks. It's a flea flicker. Barclay to Aiden Toomey, 53 yards. Ridgewood takes a 14-13 lead. But this was a big play right here. Earl to Williams, 61 yards. Down to the 12-yard line, it would lead to this. Danny Webb's second touchdown of the day, 8-yard scoring play. Montclair would add a 2-point conversion. It's 21-14 Mounties in front. The Montclair defense really settled down after that flea flicker. This young man is a player to watch. Willie Matthews with the big stop right there. He just picked up an offer from Rutgers. Yeah, flex those muscles at the half, 21-14 game. Matthews is a menace. He knows how to get to the ball. This is a sack. He has 21 sacks this season. And with the defense settling down, Earl goes back to work. Charles Murphy Jr. go up and get it, climbs the ladder, and then see ya. 52 yards for Charles Murphy Jr. It's 28-14, and then the knockout punch comes here. Danny Webb is something special. Look at those shifty moves, and he knows how to downshift. He's got another gear. 80 yards for Danny Webb, 35-14 Mounties. We wrap things up with one more great defensive play. Let's stop it right there. There's the ball. You see Tyshawn Williams, and hey, this is what you do. Good fundamental coaching. You want to try and strip that ball? Start the lawnmower. And that's exactly what he's going to do. And just like that, we got a scoop and score. Tyshawn Williams takes care of the rest. What a defensive play by Tyshawn Williams. And Montclair is on its way to MetLife Stadium. 49-14 is your final. The Maroons had a great season going 8-3, and as you saw in the first half, they were able to make some big plays. That flea flicker is going to be up for top play on JerseySportsZone.com on Sunday, but this was Montclair's day. Daniel Webb had 21 carries for 245 yards and 3 touchdowns. Willie Matthews and the defense pitch a shutout in the second half. So it'll be Montclair and Union City for the North 1 Group 5 state championship. The Mounties with a 49-14 win at home over Ridgewood. Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Bridgewater Raritan is brought to you by Princeton Orthopedics and Total Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine.
Reporting from Piscataway, I'm Courtney DuPont, where we have the North 2 Group 5 state semifinal between the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers and the Piscataway Chiefs. Number 10, Joseph Hatcher in at QB in the opening drive. He drops back for a pass to number 2, Isaiah Colon, who gets down to about the 20-yard line and then fumbles the ball. But it's number 3, Camille Pryor, who picks up the loose ball, shoots the left corner, and is into the end zone. That's a 32-yard pass to Colon, followed up by a 16-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Pryor to put Piscataway up 6-0 2 minutes into the game. End of the first quarter, Piscataway forced the punt away. Number 45 controls it, the kick, but number 9, Charles Amonaco with the block, and Bridgewater will recover this ball on the Chiefs' 11. Picking up the drive now inside the Chiefs' 5 in at QB. Is that Jared Goff? No, it's Anthony Goff stepping in for the snap. With the QB keeper, he's in for the 2-yard touchdown, makes it 7-6 Bridgewater after they make their extra point. Second quarter now, Verano drops back, looking to throw. He finds number 15, Brandon Myers downfield. The pass, Brandon Myers with the catch, sliding into the end zone. That's a 24-yard touchdown catch for the Verano-Myers duo as the Panthers extend the lead, 14-6. 3 to go in the second quarter. Verano in at QB hands the ball off to number 4, Goff, and he is in for his second touchdown of the game, a 1-yarder this time, as Bridgewater goes up 21-6. Bridgewater with the ball back on the Piscataway 17, 8 seconds left before halftime. Verano looking for Myers again. He launches up a pass into the end zone, and Myers with a big catch. The duo strikes again as Bridgewater leads at the end of half, 27-6 after a missed extra point, and that would be the final score. Bridgewater going to their 3rd straight state final with hopes of redemption. They will face the Westfield Blue Devils once again. Westfield has defeated Bridgewater the last 2 years in the Group 5 state final, but the Panthers looking to change that with Verano playing at the top of his game, 2 touchdown passes today, and both running backs, Anthony Goff and Justin Bryant, dominating their offensive push. And Bridgewater Raritan wins this one over the Chiefs as they head to their third straight state final. Reporting from Piscataway High School, I'm Courtney DuPont, and you're watching Jersey Sports Zone.
Thanks, Courtney. We head over now to Gary Kaler Stadium, where #1 seed Westfield looks to extend their 34-game win streak against a physical Elizabeth team. These two teams met in Week 6 at Rutgers, with Westfield getting the win. A couple of tough defensive plays early on. The Westfield defense really gets done in the trenches. LaShane Taylor looks for room, but the ball comes loose. It's Will Kessler coming up with the loose ball with good field position for Westfield. And now the Westfield offense on 4th down. Hank Shapiro looks over the middle, but Tasim Hicks lays a big hit. We're scoreless with 5.5 minutes to go in the first. Nearing the end of the first quarter, Westfield backed up to their 10, but Wandre House quickly changes that. Look at the tailback go for 32 yards down to the 42-yard line. Westfield would drive it for another 6 minutes. It's 4th and 9. Shapiro has no time. Andre Hudson and Tajir Tate team up for the sack. A big play by the Elizabeth defense. We're scoreless with 7:07 to go in the first half. Westfield gets the possession back. Tim Allegro shows some great vision. He picks up 18 yards. Westfield driving with 3:41 to go in the half. And the Blue Devils finally find the zone. It's Shapiro with the screen pass to Tim Allegro, and there is no one in sight. Allegro gets into the zone from 12 yards out. The Blue Devils have a 7-0 lead at the half. Third quarter, Elizabeth puts together a drive, and they're going to feed the big man. This is Naseem Daniels, 6'2", 270, and look at that speed. This is a first down to the Westfield 26-yard line. LaShane Taylor lets this one loose. Tasim Hicks, beautiful! 24 yards. Tasim Hicks with a great grab. Extra point no good. Westfield with a 1-point lead, 7-6. But Westfield would switch the momentum. Taylor with the give to Javon Wachter, but Stephen Barden comes in hot. Tackle for a loss right there. And we move now to the fourth quarter in a 1-point ball game. The Blue Devils would blow the top off of this one. Jake Valibero hands off to Wandre House, and Wandre goes to the house. Wow, 56 yards for Wandre House. He is hyped up. Westfield takes a 13-6 lead with 10 minutes to go. Plenty of time for Elizabeth to draw even, but this Westfield defense was absolutely suffocating. Jordan Simpson comes flying in for the big hit, and the Westfield defense does its part. How about this Westfield defense? They have given up 7 points or less in 8 games this season. That's a big reason why Westfield's win streak is now up to 35, and that the Blue Devils will be back at MetLife Stadium. 13-6 is your final. Bridgewater Raritan and Westfield will meet for the North Jersey 2 Group 5 State Championship. It's the 3rd year in a row that we'll have a Westfield-Bridgewater final. After the game, R.J. Cook caught up with Wandre House and head coach Jim DeSarno, who talked about that 35-game win streak heading into MetLife Stadium for round 3 of Bridgewater and Westfield.
Honestly, I can't even explain the feeling. Like, with #1 public school, I believe, like, I can't even explain the feeling of that achievement. Like, from freshman year, like, this is all we wanted, like, just go to MetLife every year once it was introduced to us. The first year we won, it was just we wanted to make a tradition just to keep going. And it was just something we just had to do.
You know what, like, these guys are worried about the game. You know, they're not worried about a streak. You know, they didn't panic. You know, things were a little close today. They just kept battling. They just keep battling. You know, our defense is what's keeping us in games right now. And, no, the streak is what it is. But, you know, like, our kids are just worried. Our seniors are just worried about this year.
Jersey Sports Zone's coverage of Lakewood is being brought to you by the law firm of Michael Inselbuck. In South Jersey Group 3, Woodrow Wilson playing host to Lakewood with a trip to the state finals on the line. This Woodrow Wilson offense was explosive. Nick Cargman to Jairo Ramos for 15 yards keeps the drive alive, and a huge game for Muhim McCargo. Look at him go, 50 yards from McCargo. West Windsor has a 6-0 lead. Zaire Jones and Lakewood trying to get involved in a shootout, but Jones has this pass picked off. That's Hydeer Moore. West Windsor takes over at the 11-yard line after a personal foul. 3rd and 12. Cargman to Ramos. Beautiful pass play right there. 12-yard touchdown makes it 12-0 Woodrow Wilson. And then get ready for some trickery. The double pass. Cargman to Ramos to Trevon King. A 41-yard gain on 3rd and 27. King is a Division I prospect. Then it's 3rd and 12. Muhim McCargo, 18 yards. Woodrow Wilson takes an 18-0 lead. So now Lakewood, down 3 scores, tries to get going. It starts with the Jones twins. Zaire Jones to Jair Jones for 19, and then Zaire on the move. A 17-yard gain here for Zaire Jones. And this combination is awfully special. Zaire to Jair, 36 yards. What a grab right there. We got an 18-6 ball game. But this Woodrow Wilson team was awesome on 3rd and longs in this game. 3rd and 12, that's a 27-yard gain to Ramos. And how about this Cargman-Ramos connection again? On 3rd and 11, a 21-yard gain to 9. And guess what? Nick Cargman, Jairo Ramos, another touchdown, makes it 25-6 Woodrow Wilson at the half. And Nick Cargman was really getting the job done, spreading the ball out to receivers. That's Trevon King right there for 29 yards. And the pass game opened up the running lanes. Muhim McCargo with another score. This makes it 32-6. Woodrow Wilson in front. Give credit to Lakewood. These kids fought hard the entire game, and what a special season for Zaire Jones. That is his 5th pick 6 of the season. That's right, 9 interceptions for Zaire Jones. That made it a 32-12 game. But so much firepower on this Woodrow Wilson team. Anilo Pena for 24 yards, and then they give it back to Pena. This is an 8-yard scoring play, 39-12. Woodrow Wilson has this game in control, but L.J. Clark's team is always going to fight to the very end. The defense comes up with another touchdown. Zaire Jones stripped it. Kari Jenkins, 32-yard scoop and score. That made it 39-19. But this was Woodrow Wilson's day. Muhim McCargo, 44 yards. Wow, great job of breaking the tackle right there. And it is Woodrow Wilson heading to Rowan University and the state finals in South Jersey Group 3. 46-25 is your final. Look at those numbers for Muhim McCargo. 24 carries, 225 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Congratulations to Lakewood on another fantastic season. 46-25 is your final. The Tigers get their 8th win, and they're heading to the state finals.
I'm SNJ. Today's Mike Frankel for JerseySportsZone.com in Paulsboro for a South Jersey Group 1 semifinal clash between the Paulsboro Red Raiders and the Salem Rams. This is a rematch of last season's South Jersey Group 1 championship game. The Red Raiders, the defending champs, the Rams out for revenge. First quarter and the Rams strike first. Jameel Bundy floats a pass to the end zone and Justin Harris hauls it in. It's a 25-yard connection from Bundy to Harris to give Salem a 6-0 lead. Big Red with an answer. It's Deron Holloway from a yard out for the score. Paulsboro adds an extra point to take a 7-6 lead, but a Zaire Jones touchdown would make it 14-7 Salem at the half. Third quarter, the Red Raiders march right down the field on the opening possession of the half. Colin McCarthy to Bracial Tootin. The freshman Tootin is in for a touchdown, and we're all tied up at 14. The Rams surge back in front later in the third thanks to Jones. Zaire Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the day, makes it 20-14 Rams after 3. Fourth quarter, Salem trying to punt the football away, and the Raiders block it. Marcus Scott recovers, breaks a tackle, and scores. Paulsboro ties the game at 20. The Rams would block the point after attempt to keep it tied for the moment. But with just over 6 minutes to go, it's Holloway. Check out this run as Deron Holloway fights his way in for an 18-yard touchdown. Paulsboro adds a 2-point conversion to take a 28-20 lead. The Rams are driving late. Bundy escapes the pressure, fires to Jayon Mejias in traffic, and Mejias makes a circus catch. What a grab from Jayon Mejias. But with just seconds to go, 4th and goal from the 1, and the Red Raiders defense makes a stand. Paulsboro keeps Salem out of the end zone, and that'll do it. 28-20 the final. The Red Raiders heading back to the South Jersey Group 1 championship game at Rowan. Paulsboro will face Pensgrove for the title on December 2nd. Haddonfield taking on Cinnaminson in a South Jersey Group 2 semifinal. These teams squaring off at Cherry Hill West, where the Bulldogs have been playing all of their home games this season. No score after one, but the Foley brothers changed that in the second quarter. Jay Foley to Johnny Foley, a 43-yard hookup to give Haddonfield a 7-0 lead. The Pirates respond on the ground with Kevin Schock. Schock finds some room to run and takes it to the house from 26 yards out. Cinnaminson adds a 2-point conversion to go on top 8-7. It's the Haddon's turn on the ensuing possession. Jay Foley fires to Davis Smith, and Smith is off to the races. A 46-yard strike to give Haddonfield the lead right back, 14-8 at the break. Same score in the fourth when the Bulldogs stretch that lead. Gabe Klaus punches it in for a 1-yard touchdown run, 21-8 Haddonfield. Jay Foley showing off his wheels as well in this one. The junior quarterback takes off on the keeper. Foley slicing across the field before he dives for the end zone, and he's in there. Touchdown Haddonfield. A 44-yard run to make it a 28-8 ball game. And the Haddons score one more time for good measure. Nick Patrizzi hits pay dirt, and Haddonfield is heading to Rowan, 35-8 the final. The Haddons will face West Deptford in the South Jersey Group 2 title game. That one's set for December 3rd. I'm Mike Frankel for JerseySportsZone.com.
And coming up on Sunday, don't forget to come back to JerseySportsZone.com. We have got a treat for you, the best plays from Week 11, another awesome array of highlights. We want you to cast your vote. The final ticket punch to our banquet coming up on December 7th in Woodbridge when we honor the top football players in New Jersey. So excited for that big day coming up on the horizon. But before that, we've got plenty to talk about. Thanksgiving football, we will have a highlight show, and then full state championship coverage from Keene, Rowan, MetLife Stadium, as well as Rutgers University. It's going to be a fun ride here over the next couple of weeks. For our team at Jersey Sports Zone, I'm Rich Crampanis. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on Thanksgiving with more high school football right here on JerseySportsZone.com. Want to see highlights and features from your favorite school? Jersey Sports Zone is entirely supported by our great sponsors. Email marketing@JerseySportsZone.com to get your business in front of our loyal audience and highlights from your hometown.